Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Our channel covers a range of topics including current events, fitness, personal development, and technology to help you look, feel, and live your best life. Tune in for actionable advice and engaging discussions. We the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you. So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you.
Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it? Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
About how we can better ourselves and further ourselves, further your mind, you know what I'm saying?
How you gon' wear my shorts when the last one sleep?
Clear. This is
How you gon' be in no love when the bed don't sleep? Deep pressure feelings in the middle of the street. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the hoes was at. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the flows was at. 3:30 in the morning, scroll through the call up. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. I love when you count me out. 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 My name is in your mouth.
Might be about you. Next run might be about you.
Conductor. Welcome to the new golden era. Yo. This that purple tape Nick Marconi vibes. Hey yo. Imagine getting murdered with the case in the Slum Village. It sure is. Yeah. DJ Drama.
Hey yo, I'ma take it back to the ski mask Chanel. So yo, with my mail, I can never fail. I can be through you, I can tell you would tell. You ain't never ate rules, Chris in the cell. Everything grab, you moving at a pace of a snail. Supreme clientele, cause my cocaine pal is wrapped on the hype. My dope house well with Egypt, reading Portland's cutter doing well on a mountain. R&B bitches on my bandwagon. Boxes cost 500, I got my pants sacking. If we had to drive 50 miles, we was hand cracking. Back when I popped the Infinite, I had the less bag. True story, I could get anything done. Runway, Gucci, jeans, shoe, hair in the blonde, Santorini, black sand, dick sucks in the sun. The top 3 and not 3 and 2, but I'm the Vanetta Love. See me, I'm the model type. Balenciaga torty with the piranha bites. Ace rolls on ice. Hit you broad day, fuck you in the pole lights. Nigga, I'm dose nice.
Returning the boom back with 2 million on the wrist. DJ Drama.
Yo, Tom Brown sailor, surrounded by Trump paraphernalia. I dare you to step to the gun, you be a failure. Peace on my niggas live from the east, Fireball, Gangsters, Bull. Got a fresh 15 who throwing aces. I'm stepping on your shit, drum automatic. And don't forget to switch, hold up.
Now spin black on your niggas. Just hold up.
Hey yo, ain't nobody fresher, that's word to my high man. Brains everywhere on the wall, go get some diamonds. Back to back, Dawn Perry on about the vomit. Hanging out the hard-back ghost with the chopstick. Everything I see you niggas, yeah, I never rocked it. But the little Vans burn a hole through your pocket. I ain't see the Mark 3 years, nigga, stop it. Shake that shit, bitch, shake it and drop it, man. I'm immortal, all lost, time for it on. Plus, smell like what we talk about. Put the 40 in your jaw, I'm a maniac. Couple million on the floor, ain't nobody fucking with the Fendi overall. Pumped on the bag leg, yeah, I miss the show it off. Yeah, I miss the run up on your broad, damn blood off. Yeah, I miss the center dummy pack through the thorn mall.
Gangsta, Brazil. Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
There's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story.
There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and she's got power to spare. Big approach, running dead center. Watch the power, she's flying. Huge blow. Oh my, table's breaking.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill? If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now. You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together.
Ain't nothing like a broke, struggling ass bitch with demands and standards making videos in their car praying for a cash out. Dry begging ass bitch.
Do you think that this person is a patriot or a traitor?
That's a fuck nigga.
Why do you say that?
When he became president, he spent more of his time to put LGBTQ into power than he did for his own race. And it doesn't have to be about race, but I mean, dude, you're the first nigga president, you expect me to do nigga shit. The closest thing he did to doing anything for niggas was changing his tennis court and turn it into a basketball court. Outside of that, he made homosexual marriage completely legal. We started having civil unrest like we never seen before. BLM was created, Me Too was created. All of these political companies and organizations were created through him, and nothing that was truly peaceful. Conservatives got targeted, falsely labeled as racist through his reign. He's a complete traitor. He was here to only conquer and divide, and he accomplished that goal.
Damn.
Super Fly Guy.
Hey yo, on Rodeo, Rolls Royce, roof retracted. Rugalay on the Mississippi lap, relaxing. Rich through a Von Cleef party. Max and Sack shopping bags, had a blood pack in front of morning. Dope bash on my Reese Cooper coattail. If the 20 bricks land, watch the boat shell. Hit 4 extra niggas, oh well. Used to serve crack through the doorbell. Hit a lick face in the mall, gelling knee high. Black badge, hit every pothole in the east side. Trying to teach niggas up, but they lack vision. Still got 30 left, my homie cried on the last visit. We ate wings on the last visit. Swiss shoes, now you on the rec yard of Rap Simmons. Self-rich is looking like a meal ticket. Spent 50 at the counter, but we still niggas. I'm about to go and buy land. Wrist crank, kick, Miller, Jackie Chan. Texas Storm, Valencia, Afghanistan. Going Dior shopping off hand in hand. Bulletproof vest, Tasha Nakamoto. Kept the X running, shot the nigga black, I'm solo. Daytona Rojo, Easy Tools Rojo. Money good, $500,000 Chanel hobo. I'm the pinnacle, see through your subliminals. Buy everything twice, 2 Louis racks identical. Style minimum, style like Larry Davis. See through Celine tank top, Celine trainers. Just came from a headshot, brains in. Kissing my triple beam like nigga, we made it. Woo. Like nigga, we made it. Thought it wasn't coming back, crackhead jeans say wait.
Damn. Niggas ain't fucking with me, man.
On decorations. But the white boys had told all them French gals that we had tails. Then they found this ignorant colored soldier. Paid him to tie a tail to his ass and run around half naked making monkey sounds. Put him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon. Put a reed in his hand, crown on his head, blanket on his shoulders, and made him eat bananas in front of all them Frenchies. Oh, the white boys danced that night. Passed out leaflets with that boy's picture on it. Called him Moonshine, King of the Monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong.
Country shot.
My daddy told me we got to turn our backs on this kind, Wilkie. Close our ranks to the chitlins, the collard greens, the cornbread style. We are men, soldiers, and I don't intend for our race to be cheated out of its place of honor and respect in this war.
The pupils burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Bow-legged dude with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving their crypto specs. Maybach Hummer, sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't show his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monster's out, straight down in the Opera House. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the Chinaware. Speaking through Tesla phones, tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce, guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody holding, Rockwellers, mad nines in there. Hitters with gold fronts frontin', where's the concierge? 50 years of hip hop, New York is the mascot, city is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me. You can holler at me.
That I gotta be the best of them all. That's just cut and dried. I'm the best. Whether you like it or not, you're looking at, the greatest, the best looking man, the best dressed man, long limousines, jet airplanes, custom made clothes, and any woman in the world I want, just like that. You know why? Let's face it, if you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself. So gear up, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Who you're looking at, the man.
The almighty, the legend, the legendary Westside.
Hollow be thy name,
Fly God himself.
You're looking at the man.
Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, goddammit! Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, goddammit! Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, goddammit!
Dom DeMarco. Dom DeMarco.
Your girlfriend's favorite DJ.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Is in the mix. Your girlfriend's favorite DJ.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Is in the mix.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
This show will begin now.
Yo, what up? Salute to the chat. I see y'all in here early. Let's fucking do it, all right. House is filling up. Let me get a sound check. Saul, what it do, man?
Mic check.
Okay, you sound good. Tito, what it do?
Yeah, what up, man?
All right, bet. You sound good, Mr. O.
What's happening?
What's happening? And whoop jargon. What's up, Playboy?
What up?
All right, we got a full house, man. All right, starting to look like the old Voltron pilots. Keep it 100 in the building. I see you, Playboy. I like what you did covering that Andrew Wilson, Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to you. I like what you did with that. We in the building. Salute to the chat real quick, man. I see y'all all up in here. Quiet Storm, Detroit. Yo, and if anybody in here is a channel member and don't have a goddamn wrench, let me know in the chat so I can give you a wrench. Outspoken introvert. I see you, Playboy, Kwame Kaiju. Detroit was in here first. All right, bet. And okay, here come the Cloud Watchers. We in the building. All right, bet. All right, let's without no further delay. You know what? Let me do this first. As y'all know, they brought out Michelle Obama to do more of the girl power thing. We headed up to the midterms. So she did the thing with Tracy Ellis Ross, and she was talking about how we need to teach everybody to respect Black women's beauty and everything. But they edited it up a little bit, a piece of the clip on the internet. And I don't have the original clip, but here's the edited clip.
So let me tell y'all why my legs are crossed like this real quick, okay? From now on, I'm crossing my legs like this because all these white people start calling me Big Mike after my dong started dangling in my pants when I was dancing on the Ellen show. If I don't cross my legs like this, you gonna think I got 3 legs up in here. So white people, you don't get to see my dangling dong no more.
Man, you ain't shit, boy.
Top of the line. Dirty with that one.
Yo, AI is undefeated. Yo, I told you they was gonna come down to our neck of the woods and get their asses handed to them. But let's go, man. Over the statements. What you got for me, Saul?
Same old, man. You got these obsessed, deranged people, man, just looking for shit to catch. You know what I mean? They're throwing spaghetti at the wall or whatever the case may be. I know everybody's concerned about Epstein and this and that or whatever the case may be. You had 4 years for that to come out. I mean, as nuts as they was when it came to, this past election, they would have released it then. You know what I mean? So, this is all a nothing burger. Trump is probably not playing ball with somebody. But, I say get your money, player. Keep on getting their ass to these lawsuits, man. He's going to set an example out of their ass with BBC. I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played. And keep it 100. You already got a wrench, Playboy. Yeah, you already look like.
No, he's talking about my channel. On my channel.
Okay. You already said. I think you already wrenched up.
Yeah.
All right, Tito, that shit. What you got for me? Open a statement, man.
Ladies, I would really suggest that you start to begin to have good conversations with men and to take accountability. Else the format of society and the format of you as a woman is going to be changed to preserve the biological integrity of the human race. You females don't even realize how close y'all are to y'all Stepford wife and Handmaid's Tale fantasies. Y'all don't even realize how close y'all are. I'm not letting my plane there.
Well played, sir. And you don't even know it, but you done set us up for the as a segue for the first segment, because I want to double down on two of the streams you did earlier this week. And in addition, a prediction that you made. I was talking to Saul about this, so we actually gonna start with that at the top of the hour. Mr. O, what you got for me, Playboy?
Yo. So they doubling down the so-called B-Dub and all the other women in this country. They doubling down. I had Keeping 100 on my stream early this past week, in which we was talking a little bit about the coach Greg Adams and Andrew Wilson. But in segue, we was talking about some of these B-Dubs. One of them even said that even having food in the house was being patriarchal and all type of stupid stuff. Another one, older B-Dub, this woman literally in Houston said her toes was about to fall off because it was cold.
I remember that.
Yep. So as she said, what we all been saying, but she had to go ahead and give this man that's in the ground, Kevin Samuels, his flowers. She said he was right, but only in the end he was right. Why you ain't take the lesson when he was alive? I mean, the message gets to them, but it only gets to them so late. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played. And round us off with the opening statements, Hoop, and we can get cracking.
What up, everybody? Yeah. So, at least Cali time. In about 3 hours, I'll turn 42 years of age. So,
happy birthday, Playboy!
Appreciate it. So, I'll be out here in remote California, location undisclosed, but appreciate getting a chance to fellowship with the brothers. It's just interesting week going on. It seems like it was a media blitz with Epstein faux information, and I've seen a lot of libs run with it. So I'm interested to see how that, all those things will come to a crescendo, because they saying some wild stuff, none substantiated. So it's interesting to see how that old saga will play out. So much so where I've literally seen, people who are my age talk about, Trump giving a Monica Lewinsky to Bill Clinton, and they're really running with this. These are grown people. So I'm like, man, you guys are just so down bad that that's y'all story, and y'all really trying to run with this shit. So it's gonna be interesting to see when all that shit come out. So we'll see who's where and what's what, and I'll land my plane there.
All right, well, gentlemen, look at y'all doing a good job. Good job. And you, Hoop, has fucking set us up for a segue for segment 2, because as you guys know, if you've been here on Sundays, we covered the Epstein thing. We called it like how we saw it was, and it's pretty much playing out that way. Tito covered it separately on his channel, and he called it down the line also. So we got a small snippet. We just gonna give it a little bit of airtime since and we'll do a round robin on that. But I want to start the show off with this. Tito, 2 things. I've said this before on the public record that let's frame it correctly. It's about to be the end of November, and that will mark the full year since we covered the inauguration of Trump and even election night. We did it real time on both Tito and our channel, and we covered everything. So now we're approaching the full year. Around that time, right after that, 2 things Tito said was this transformer ultra-violent Civil War militia thing going on, which sounded, I know, a little hyperbolic at the time, but he called that shit exactly. And then one of them took out Charlie Kirk. Can't make that shit up. And then he called, he used the Civil War language, which sounded hyperbolic, but right to this day, Joe Rogan is saying it, that like we're on 7 with post Civil War. They're actually using the word potential civil war all on all the mainstream networks. We've heard a couple people in Congress say this, et cetera, et cetera. It's part of regular nomenclature. See, this is the first I heard to say that. I say all that to line up this. Earlier this week, he was making an argument about 2 arguments, and I want to give him a chance to frame this argument, reframe the argument about potentially whatever the amendment it is with women being able to vote, them being potentially rolling that back, because he laid out a very compelling argument. And then on top of that, I'm going to double down. He made another argument about Keisha devolving, basically, almost on some Neanderthal shit. So I'm gonna let Tito start off the segment, but I'm gonna play this clip to hold on. What the fuck is this in my private chat? All right, got you. All right, bet, got you. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this little clip because I'm gonna use the same Tito's argument about the Keisha's devolving. And this is a funeral. I want y'all to take a look at this. Let's run that back.
Give it to him, baby.
That is a funeral. You see the little kids in the front? So Tito, off the clip, why don't you make your the de-evolution of the Keisha argument, and then the argument about the votes being repealed. And we're round robin on that, and then let Hoop do sports, and then we'll get cracking.
All right. I'm gonna turn my eyes away from the screen because if I see that shit one more time, I'm gonna bleach my skin and tell people I'm like a Brazilian or some shit. That's that's crazy. That's crazy. That right there is almost a reason to lie to people about where you from. Straight up. That right there, what you see on that screen, is an evidence of the complete breakdown in decorum, manners, morality, and tact, which are all higher level human executive functions, right? It is the choice, the conscious choice to remain in a state of survival rather than living for all of these centuries that has turned them like this. Understand that when the liver secretes excessive levels of cortisol, that it has a drastic effect on not only brain chemistry, but on the brain itself. And so what happens after a while is that the parts of the brain that are responsible, the limbic brain that are responsible for sex, anger, things like that, emotionalism, begin to enlarge, and the parts of the brain that are more dedicated to executive function and creativity and all of that begins to shrink. And so I think that this atrophy of the parts of the brain that are responsible for enhanced thinking and executive functions is epigenetic with them now. This is proof right here. You can't show me a picture of anybody else from any other race doing something that's this crazy. You can't. What I'm saying is backed by science, although there hasn't been like a formal study as far as brain size. If I think that if they were to start studying their brains the same way they do with like football players and CTE, that the findings might be very shocking. As far as the 19th Amendment goes, the 19th Amendment of 1922, as we all know, gave women in the United States universal suffrage. And unfortunately, over this century now, women have been strenuously demonstrating why that was a mistake. Unfortunately, they vote for interests that ruin the country. They actually advocate for things that in most cases don't even make things better for them. Like feminism is a lobby for ugly women, lesbian grifters, and whores. And you know, a substantial part of the female population doesn't apply to any of them, right? And so the feminism that they are living in actually works against most of their self-interest. You know, I frequently tell women, you know, before feminism, your job was doing laundry and making toast. So how do you think it made things better for you? You know what I'm saying? And then they a lot of them be like, damn, yeah, you know I never thought of it like that. Like, yeah, because that's how the media trained you. That's how the educational system trained you. But due to a lot of demographic changes, due to the declining of birth rates across the nation, you have a bunch of delusional women that really think that men aren't going to do anything about it. They really think like, oh yeah, well, women, we're doing this and we're doing that, and then you tell them, hey, well, you know, the birth rates are dropping and this might endanger society. And well, okay, they really think if you're a woman, let me tell you something. The possibilities of the timeline that I provide in my predictions is actually the most merciful. The least merciful is men just forcibly kidnapping your ass, strapping you down to something, and harvesting your eggs out of you and keeping you alive long enough for you get like 29 and then doing away with you. That's the worst case scenario. The
Which
best
is
case scenario
already happening in a lot of countries, by the way. Quiet as kept.
Oh, okay. Well, the best case scenario, unfortunately, because this is where they've taken it to, is that as we progress in time, you know, they starting to go and do surveys in a lot of these middle schools and high schools in America. And the majority of these boys are saying that they don't think the women should get paid as much. They saying that they don't think women should be able to vote. And these boys are going to be in political power. And all of these videos that you made talking about short men don't have a reason to be alive and short men are subhuman, men are ugly, men are stupid. All of these videos are going to be fresh on their mind while they running for political office. And eventually, like I said, we're going to come to a point in time where they after this Uber driver case, when this Uber driver case gets turned down at the district court level and goes to and finally ends up in the Supreme Court, it is going to gut Title IX. It is going to gut what is left of affirmative action. And in essence, you would have damn near completely, at least on a small donor level, defunded feminism. So it would tend to defund a lot of the political agendas, a lot of the lobbies for feminists, right? And so a lot of rank and file feminists are they already radicalized. They're going to lash out and they're going to be branded as terrorists. And when that happens, you're going to have people that are going to run on tough on feminism platforms for office. And eventually it's going to be to where you can't even get elected as a woman almost. And then you're going to have to be like Karen Strong to get elected as a woman. But after a while, what's going to happen is they're going to sit down and have a constitutional convention, all of these adolescent boys when they're in political power, and they are going to repeal the 19th Amendment. And after that, only like the top women are going to be able to get married. When I say top women, I mean that come from wealthy families or women that are extremely beautiful, women that have, you know, a real strong sense of cooperation, good attitudes and all that. The rest of the men that can't get them are going to have the robot females, but that's only going to be a halfway measure. And the women that are married are going to be living under technologically assisted, basically Sharia law. They're going to have titanium mesh chastity belts that can only be unlocked by a phone app. It's going to be all type of crazy shit. But the AI wife girlfriend thing is only going to be a halfway measure. What's going to eventually end up happening, you might see them experiment with clones, or you might see them bringing back like dead females and refurbishing them and giving them cybernetic implants and everything and keeping their body alive and then selling them on the market as wives. That way the elites will get the free range slavery that they want. They will get the productivity out of men without the inefficiency of having to deal with women and the politics of women and competing for them.
Well played, sir. I wanted you to lay that out.
And wait a minute. Let me remind y'all that anybody who got that vaccine, that they have now patented your DNA and you are seen as a genetically modified product and not a human being. So if
Spot
just
on.
the presence of a vaccine in your body is enough to almost take your status as a human, then what status do you think somebody will have that has cybernetic implants inside of their head? So in other words, their whole personality will be to serve you, but the rest of their body will work like normal reproductive processes and everything.
Yo, spot on. Yo, I wanted you laid that because I watched you lay down that prediction on this week, and I was like, yo, he's on to something. And I have learned I have learned not to take your predictions as hyperbolic, because you were 100% spot on. And to your credit, it didn't even take 12 months. I think you made those predictions maybe a month after the inauguration or something like that. So well played, sir. Saul, you could take either one of those, the repealing of the vote or this de-evolution of the Keisha, as I use the image of this this is real. This is a real funeral. The Keisha twerking on the coffin of the black man of all. How apropos.
Oh, I think it's pretty obvious in this space as far as the de-evolution of these, these chicks. I would say that vote there is going to be something that's going to be heard across the world or whatnot, and they're going to see how this society degrades into Babylon, and people are going to have enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And once they do that, it is fully a wrap. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably gonna more than likely happen first. It's gonna be reinforced through thousands and thousands of years. They've already kind of shown themselves and their nature. People could reference Dart of the Trade with that, and countless other bed wenches who ran their mouth during uprisings and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as this whole thing with how things are going, the lack of leadership, not even just the lack of leadership, but to try to make an overall decision about society and its general welfare. Yeah, this is enough is enough. You know what I mean? So I think that's where people are with it. And I land my plane.
Well played. Speaking of the de-evolution of the Keisha, that calls for this drop one more time.
So let me tell y'all why my legs are crossed like this real quick, okay? From now on, I'm crossing my legs like this because all these white people start calling me Big Mike after my dong started dangling in my pants when I was dancing on the Ellen show. If I don't cross my legs like this, you gonna think I got 3 legs up in here. So white people, you don't get to see my dangling dong no more.
Shout out to AI. Hoop, let me restate the premise. I heard Tito make both of these arguments this week. One was with regard to, he was saying, don't be surprised within 10, 15 years, you see them starting to repeal the women's right to vote based on the way we're seeing things play out on social media, and that they're essentially helping destroy the country with their horrible voting patterns. And then his other one where he made an argument about how Keisha is devolving almost like and he used a Neanderthal analogy, what have you. And that's why I had the clip earlier. So as we see they are extremely atavistic, and that's been an ongoing thing, and we don't see that trend reversing. So you can make comment on either one of those points, and then we'll pass it to Mr. O to end the round robin.
Yeah, man. I'll keep it relatively brief. I think, man, of that archetype, Jasmine Crockett is the final frontier of that shit, man. And I see a lot of women, of our race, and a lot of dudes who back that archetype of woman, like they're putting all their eggs in that basket because I think they see like that's it. And I call it this, like when I hear the rhetoric I heard like 5 years ago, I heard it, I call it spinning 2020 currency. As far as your talking points and your worldview, because if you haven't been paying attention, man, like people are done with that shit. Like you can't black victim yourself into like serious talking spaces no more. You can't sass your way into a serious talking space anymore, because look at Senator Al Green, who got taken out of his seat in a major city like Houston. Like, that's done. 2020 currency is done. It's like if you're in Germany trying to spend Deutschmarks, like nobody accepts those anymore. Like, I want euro now, right? So I'm seeing videos like that, and I think you started out perfectly with the Michelle Obama thing, because nobody's listening to her anymore. So much so on her podcast, she's kind of trying to thought out this same old black girl victimhood. Bitch, you was in the highest seat that any black woman can hold in this motherfucking country, and you still talking like you a 2-bit victim.
Right.
That shit don't play no more. And you look ridiculous with another aged out broad. I mean, we all know, from the back, we all like Tracy Ellis Ross, but like, who the fuck is listening to Tracy Ellis Ross speak? I'll wait. So in regards to the video you showed, I'm kind of desensitized, because that's actually the second worst video I've seen this week. The worst video I've seen this week was I believe in New Orleans. This woman had a baby in her arm, and another woman ran up on her. They was having a conflict. The broad started punching on the chick with the baby in her arm, and the baby falls on the ground head first.
I think I seen that.
Yes, my nigga falls on the ground head first.
That's
and
crazy.
They strapping. And the people coming to help, their first instinct is to break the fight up. Their second instinct was to get the baby off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
My nigga. So, and what happened, subsequently, after the fight or whatever, the mom did not take the baby to the hospital. She waited a day, took it next day, and guess what? The baby died. Bro, in the comment section, man, I listen, bro. I couldn't respond to nobody. It was mostly white folks talking about this is what they do. This is blah 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 blah. And all I could think of is like, listen, man, all this progress that they think they're making with these talking points and this black girl magic and all this. I'm like, listen, that currency don't spend no more. What I'm seeing a lot more of is with people having sentiments of so-called black fatigue and whatever. And and that's an indictment on us, on some level. But what they don't understand is you're the lesser vessel of that sentiment, and y'all going out there showing y'all ass, literally. According to your,
yeah, you good. I mean, and on that black fatigue thing, like quiet is kept, and I've heard like a lot of, I heard Osmond Gold, I heard a couple of white boys say the quiet part out loud. That black fatigue ain't really about black men. It's really about black women. And I've heard, it's Keisha fatigue. I heard Osmond Gold say it like very like matter of factly. He was like, yeah, that's black fatigue. He said, but the truth is, it's really black women fatigue. We're just tired of seeing these. He was like, nobody wants to say it, but that's really what it is. He was like, and the black guys, they're just catching strays. He said it. Black guys, they're just catching strays.
Well, I feel that, because they are more at the forefront of like, black society, because we're in a godnocracy, god damn it.
God damn it.
You feel me? So of course, yeah, that's the fatty part of the situation. So my whole point being is that this not pontificating, the strutting that our women do, and they think they in first place when you're in last. I call all the time, it's like when you running around a track, you're getting lapped. But you think you're in first place when you run past the person lapping you. You think you're doing something, but no, you're hustling backwards. So what we're seeing is these things, metastasize to, tangible things that we can actually see and evaluate. And as much as we be on their tails, to your point you just made, everybody else sees it too. Everybody else is seeing this shit too. And they kind of meeting us on a level of shit we've been saying in the manosphere, at least when I've been cognizant of it since about 2020. So, it's just interesting to observe, and it's pathetic to have to, atone for, man, or accept, being a member of that, then I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played. And you don't know this. You actually made a piece of Tito's argument that he was making earlier this week. Tito made a comparison where he said that the Neanderthals, the Neanderthal women, they did everything right up there with the men. Like they went to war with the men holding their babies and everything. And it's crazy. You just made the point about the chick fighting with the baby falls, the fight continues, other Keishas jump in and no one checks on the baby. So you like kind of inadvertently made Tito's point with the analogy that he was painting earlier. And I told Saul I was going to do this because when I heard, I was watching from the cloud. So when I heard Tito make the argument, I was like, man, this is fucking brilliant. Because I've been making the argument about inbreeding. Like a strong case can be made for inbreeding in the Keisha community, because you got to bear in mind more than 50% of black men are single and without children. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, Mr. O, why don't you round off this round robin for us? I'll restate the premise. There were two things. One was the de-evolution of this Keisha as shown in the video, with the Keisha twerking on the coffin, and how apropos that it was a black man. And also Tito with a prediction with regard to the vote being repealed perhaps within the next decade or so, and the argument that he lined up with the ongoing legislation on lawfare that's going on, also with women in general's voting habits, how they're helping to destroy the country because they vote for everything that's detrimental to the country, and that we will have a long database of these women's debaucherous behavior, et cetera, and that these young men right now are coming of age, and these are the same men who will be making the laws in the near future. What say you, sir?
Well, first of all, it's truth to all those statements. Let's be real. Like we had just mentioned before, it's Keisha fatigue. That's right there. It's the downright epitome of it. Sure, we had other videos go out the years of them doing even more egregious things, but this right here is supposed to be a sacred moment, burying a relative, a friend, or somebody. But let's be real. They got the mind of a 12-year-old. They think like 5-year-olds. But they will forever think they want to be 21 on the outside. We have a problem with the Keisha in the community. And you could repeal the 19. But we're going to have to go ahead and do another thing too. We're going to have to open up in crazy houses. I know. We don't want to go ahead and admit that, but a lot of them need to be put up in there.
That's fact.
Also, these are our new elders. We don't have elders anymore. Them elders in the so-called crowd, they had every right to go ahead and tell her to sit her black ass down. But they just let the thing continue because they want to go along to get along. And now it's recorded for all eyes to see, for all memories, for future family members to be like, so this was Uncle Charlie's funeral. Who is that twerking at his casket? Oh, that's just your first cousin. She was just in a moment. She was just feeling herself. You just don't understand. You can hear the excuses, the lack of accountability for generations to come. As the cycle continues to be over and over and over again. Just like, that Universe 25 rat dystopia. I mean, Keisha is a hood rat. I mean, so it applies to her. So, yeah, the Universe 25 and Keisha dystopia, aka the black community, it has already played out, and it can only keep going down and down till it's nothing left. I mean, attention is a hell of a drug, and who thrives off of attention. And I'll land my plane there.
Well played, sir. Well played. That was a good round, gentlemen. Give yourself a goddamn round of applause. All right, cool. All right, you know what time it is? Let me take this comment down real quick. We're at the 50-minute mark. We got 2 segments. We're gonna make maybe 3 segments after this, but let's do some sports real quick. Hold on, let me line it up. Hoop jargon.
What's up, gentlemen? We back to another sports wrap up, man. I hope you guys enjoyed last week, and hopefully this week I'll outperform last week. So if you don't, or if you hadn't already, make sure you subscribe over to my side of the world at Hoop Jargon. And thank you, Machismo TV, for having me every week to lay it down. All right. So, and speaking of eye candy, man, if you guys didn't know, show favorite, Ms. One Kaiser Gundezeric, she actually took it all off for Sports Illustrated. No, I'm sorry, for Playboy actually. So what happened?
I said googly muggly.
Yeah, all that. Like to quote Charleston White. Yeah. No.
Yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, I want to see when Audi Quicks turn pro. I want to see if they go have her naked on some shit. Since we about body positivity, right? I want to see if they gonna have her naked on some shit.
You talking about that big girl that played for Iowa State?
Hey, yes, sir. Yep. I want to see if they gonna have her naked on some shit.
I know exactly what you talking about. Without knowing her name, I know you talking about. Yeah. Now, I hope they omit that one.
No. We need to see Q8 naked. Fuck that. No. It's body positivity, right?
Yeah.
All women
for the sake of my eyesight. For the sake of my eyesight, I hope.
No. Wear some sunglasses. No, it's body positivity.
That's right.
Shit.
That's right.
Fair enough. So,
yes.
Well, hey, man. In the sense of proving a point, I feel that. But from my POV, you keep that under wraps. But. Yeah, so I saw that the link to that earlier, man. So yeah, she done finally went full regalia, man, with her post NBA showing her body off career. So yeah, obviously we can't show on the show, but you guys can take the liberty to embark upon it yourself. Moving forward, so let's talk about the college football top 25. Ohio State staying at top at 10-0. Followed by Indiana, man. Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers, man. As we know, this is a basketball school, and they are a perfect 11-0. Been kicking ass and taking names all year long, so salute to them. And again, being a person who does not like Texas A&M, 10-0. Props given what props is due, man. Turn that program around. Salute to them. Followed by University of Georgia, who just put belt to ass to my Texas Longhorns just a day ago at 9-1. Followed by Ole Miss, Oregon, Texas Tech. Shout out to the Big 12 making a mark out in the top 10. Followed by OU, Notre Dame, Alabama with a tough loss yesterday to highlight them. BYU sitting at 9-1, 11 of the Big 12 appearance. Vanderbilt at 8-2 with a Mexican quarterback. Shout out to them. Probably never happen again. Utah sitting at 8-2, Miami at 8-2 after the embarrassing loss to SMU a week ago. Georgia Tech sitting at 9-1. And shout out to my Trojans, my temporary Trojans, USC, with a crazy comeback from behind victory on Iowa to put their record at 8-2, sitting at number 16 overall, followed by my Texas Longhorns at 7-3. Michigan sitting at 8-2. UVA, Tennessee at 7-3. James Madison University at 9-1. And shout out to the University of North Texas at 9-1, coming from non-ranked to be number 22 ranked, followed by Missouri at 7-3, Tulane at 8-2, and then the University of Cougars round out the top 25 at 8-2. The Cougars, man, who and shout out to them, man, who they get it done with no fans showing up. Because I don't know what it is about the greater Houston area. Fans just do not show up to games. And speaking of that, we're going to go over to the HBCU football realm. We're going to talk about somebody got some feedback going. All right. So, and shout out to my Panthers of Prairie View A&M University beating Arkansas Pine Bluff 56-9 to lock up the SWAC West seed to be going to the SWAC championship to face either Alabama State or Jackson State University. So we will follow up on that one. Speaking of Jackson State, taking care of business against Bethune-Cookman. Lil Duval went to the game, so there was a big, ballyhoo about that. But the Jackson State Jags took care of business 28-13 over Bethune-Cookman. Florida A&M beating Alabama A&M. This is actually pretty it's a pretty surprisingly good game. Florida A&M beats Alabama A&M 26-23. Grambling State loses to Alcorn State. Now we know they lost a lot of their people over that big fight. And if you guys didn't see last week, the coach from Grambling State just embarrassed himself. He went up there and said that nobody's going to disrespect us. And it was this big brawl. He had 17 members of his team suspended for this game. Cam Newton went off on him. And I seen Jason Whitlock put up a post about HBCU fatigue. It just was a bad look for the brand. You can have your opinions where they are, but it just was a bad look for HBCU sports. But as it stands, Grambling shorthandedly did lose to Alcorn State on the road, 27-16. Texas Southern beat Southern University 35-30. And man, I gotta say this about Southern University. I think they're like 1-8 this year, and they have a all-world running back. So you guys look out for him. He's a transfer from LSU. He'll probably be in the NFL next year. He's playing for this bum. I think his name is Jolly. He's playing for this bum or Holly, one of the two. He's playing for this bum-ass team, man, and they can't buy a win if wins was half off, on the clearance rack, man. Shout out to Southern, man. Like, used to be a great program, and y'all are ASS booty cheeks right now. And it's rounded out by Alabama State taking care of business 41-3 over Mississippi Valley. Jerry Rice is rolled over in his grave because that program is just absolutely ass. Flipping over real quick to the MEAC side, South Carolina State beats North Carolina Central 34-27. Morgan State beats the lowly Norfolk State 35-28. And Michael Vick is like 1-9 this season, man. Mike, hey, listen, man. If you was anywhere else, my boy, well, listen, you know what? I don't live in the Northeast, so I don't know what they saying, but I know how I go in the HBCU world. What have you done for me lately? And Michael Vick has been ASS booty cheeks this year. So round out by Howard losing to Delaware State 13-26. And Deshaun Jackson has just been going on, kicking ass and taking names. So shout out to former Eagle great Machismo. Deshaun Jackson going out there doing his thing out there for Delaware State. All right. So as we move forward.
Oh, don't try to ignore Cal and they what they did against Louisville. Come on now, who?
Who?
Cal and what they did against Louisville.
Oh, no, he like me. I missed that one.
Upset.
Cal beat Louisville on football. I mean, it's like one of those things like when a tree fall in the forest. Did anybody hear it?
Oh man, come on. Damn.
My bad, bro. I'm gonna give Cal Berkeley some love next time, man. I didn't know. My bad. I work on Saturdays, so it's only a certain amount of things that come in my orbit.
Yeah.
But all right. I'm gonna make sure I bring up Cal Berkeley this far going forward. All right. So moving over to the NBA. Shout out to the NBA, man. The viewership has been going up since the NBA Finals. What they said about 20% since LeBron Ramon James has not been an active participant. Y'all let that sit in. Because when I see across the map of people who like to, how the youngins say, glaze, the so-called GOAT, it's funny how when you take him out of the cast and you let these other guys step up to the forefront and be, figures that people can actually observe, people actually want to watch basketball again, except a dude who's 40, about to be 41 next month, dribble the ball up slow across the court and everybody love me, thank me. And by the way, tell me what my little bum ass kid ain't a bum. It's funny how things have changed when he's not been active. Just saying. So the NBA is back, baby. The NBA is back. And shout out to the Detroit basketball Pistons sitting at the top of the East. Who would have predicted that? At 11-2. Followed by the New York Knicks at 8-4. The Cleveland Cavaliers at 9-5. Shout out to Lonzo Ball out there holding it down at point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Followed by Atlanta at 9-5. Toronto at 8-5. And listen, man, Philly, man, a lot of people, pretty much put the kibosh on Philly, saying that, these guys aren't good enough to be, at the top anymore. Joel Embiid's washed, so on and so forth. That gay nigga on their team, one of their best players. Listen. Oh, my bad.
I can't even be mad at you about that. I just see it with his motherfucking nails painted.
Bro.
That shit crazy.
I see a TikTok with this nigga dancing.
So did I. We just gonna skip over that. And when I seen it, I was like, yo, I hope Hoop don't see this shit.
Oh, I seen it.
We just gonna skip over that.
And you know what?
I don't think they knew what they was getting when they drafted him. Old boy could play, but he's sweeter than a cupcake, bro.
Boy, that boy is soft. Soft. Man, you know what's funny? He reminds me of this video I saw about this cat talking about that big old African nigga that be dancing and pop locking and shit. And are you guys familiar on the panel?
Yeah, the swole Nigerian nigga.
Man, this nigga got them loose joints and shit.
Yeah.
And so basically, Buddy was saying, listen, man, I ain't never been no hater. I ain't never been the type to hate on no nigga hustle, man. But I hate this whole ass nigga. Like, he just going off how this nigga too big to be dancing. This nigga need to be wrestling somebody or some shit. That's how I feel about that nigga, dog.
Smiling ass tether.
Yeah, man.
But
man.
The TikTok of the boy for the Sixers, I ain't even know until because they was like, oh, when he paints his nails, and I'm like, oh, then they showed the TikTok of this nigga dancing. That nigga's too tall to be dancing like that, guys.
Bro, that nigga be dancing, big smiling,
crazy, bro. But let's just keep moving off that. Let's just move on.
I mean, we can talk about Philadelphia a little more if you like.
No, it's gonna be looking bad over here, B.
Nah, man,
it's cool. I'm gonna take that out. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, man. So to the sentiment of that, I just hate that nigga, bro. It's no atonement for that in my world. Cause here's why. We can't have 3 of them niggas in the NBA. Cause 3, it's like roaches, man. It's gonna turn to 12 of them niggas. 12 turn into like half the NBA like that shit. And bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the biggest get off my lawn nigga if the NBA niggas start embracing this shit, dog. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's already happening, but that shit about to turn into the WNBA if this shit keep going.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna hold the guard, man. I'm gonna hold the line. Now I'm gonna be dedicating my channel to just being a so-called bigot, and I'm just gonna dedicate every video to lambasting them niggas. Just saying. Just saying. But moving forward, man, Milwaukee at 8-6 and Giannis getting his thing together. Miami at 7-6. Orlando surprisingly at a 7-7 record. I thought they would be a lot higher in the top 10 round. Now with Boston at 7-7. All right, going forward. Oh, and I gotta no. Fuck them. I ain't talking about them. They ain't doing shit. So going up to the Western Conference, we got Oklahoma City, just the class of the West. Continuing their ass whooping tour from last year, 13-1, followed by Denver. Shout out to Jokic, just redefining himself time after time, doing his thing. And the Rockets at 9-3 with KD, figuring out with old man River KD playing some damn good basketball at 9-3. And my Lakers, no LeBron James play up to this point, and we've seen Austin Reeves take over. We've seen Luka take over. We've seen Rui ball out with their record of 10-4 right now. And I got to say this too, man. I'm glad that this LeBron thing is about to be over this year because I saw this last game when we beat Team Escapes Me. We had like a 20-point win. I saw JJ Redick start Bronny James, and this nigga played 10 minutes the whole game. Shot 2 shots. Like, I don't know if y'all know, for the listening audience, when you start a basketball game, you're gonna average 20 to 30 minutes. You don't start the game and play 10 minutes in total. That doesn't happen. So that's just, kind of for show rather. And as we saw the story about LeBron playing for the South Bay Lakers, if you can't read between lines, I'm not fucking with LeBron James at all. So it's just funny, these last little squeezing bits of what Clutch Sports is trying to get out, these storylines. And it's just like, I know JJ Redick is in consort with those guys. And it's just, very upsetting. But I'm glad that this train is about to be over. Just saying. All right, moving on over to the San Antonio Wimbies, 9-4, doing their damn thing. De'Aaron Fox had come back in the last game. Wimby was out, and De'Aaron Fox put up 28 points, getting right back to form like, De'Aaron Fox can do. So shout out to the Spurs, man. My dark horse NBA champion, quiet as kept. Because as we know, Wimby kind of reminds me of Lou Alcindor. You may know him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. His second year getting a finals championship with goddamn, what's his name? Oscar Robertson in his second year. So Wimby, obviously not the same type of player as Kareem, but, same build as far as being a lot bigger and athletic than your peers. Just, 4 inches taller, or 3 inches taller. So, yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to see what San Antonio is going to do. But they're followed up by Minnesota and Baby Daddy Edwards, 8-5. Golden State, man, shout out to Steph, man, beating the Spurs, speaking of the Spurs, with a 49 burger on them boys. And so, man, listen, I don't think they can sustain that, but shout out to the old dogs, still doing their thing out in the West. And that's followed by Phoenix, where if you guys don't know, Bradley Beal is out for the year. That's probably the best thing for them, to let Booker just take over and take that next step at 8-6. Portland at 6-7, and Utah at 5-8, and then just a whole bunch of bum ass teams after that. Keep your eyes on Ja Morant. We're gonna see where he's gonna end up, because conventional logic and thinking is saying that he's not gonna be around long. His body language sucks. His dad kind of tipped the hat on that, and so you guys should just keep your head up and your eyes open. Shout out to Jim Jones on how that's gonna play out. All right, so to round things out, we're gonna mosey on over to the NFL, the National Football League, and we're gonna talk about a few of the games that transpired. First, on Thursday, the Patriots just doing their damn thing, sitting the top of the AFC East, went over the Jets 27-14. As we know, the Jets have mailed it in. They're looking for that number one pick, I'm sure. So, business as usual over there. Uh-oh, I lost my page. Hold on. All right, so the Dolphins put out an overtime win over the Commanders, 16-13, man. A reeling program, which their coach probably will not be there next year, pulling a pretty, impressive win over the Commanders at home. Panthers still rolling, man. A team that, nobody pegged to be, a team that's going to be in the postseason, but they find a way to win 30-27. It's just a weekly thing. And as I look into the stats, I'm pretty sure Rico Dowd was one of the major reasons. But let's see. Let me confirm that. Give me a hot second. Rico Dowd. Actually, no. He went for 19 carries for 45 yards. Oh, shit. Bryce Young threw for 448 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Okay, yep, that's what did it. Never mind. Shout out to Bryce Young, man. A good reclamation project of showing that if you let a guy develop, you never know what he'll turn out to be, man. So shout out to him. I still think he'll bum. But, hey, man, listen, man. A broken clock is right twice a day. The Bills with a nice win over the Buccaneers. I actually watched this one, man. Josh Allen just willed his team to victory over Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, 44-32. It looked like, I know the score was high, but straight up playoff football, man. So that was actually a really good football game. Texans beat the bum-ass Titans 16-13. Nothing to talk about there. Fancy Hands, the other gay nigga in the football realm. Fancy Hands beat the Vikings. Hey, man, give them what respect is due. 19-17.
Hey, do not
That's a good win.
disrespect our queen like that, bro. Don't disrespect our queen like that. You're not gonna have that.
My bad, bro. My bad.
You, man.
Hey, long live Queen Williams, man. My bad, man. Queen Caleb. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
all right, so
man.
the Packers
7-3.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man, listen, respect, give them where respect's due. I'm not taking that away from you.
Head down.
That nigga still gay. All right, so Packers versus the Giants, winning 27-20. Giants are just, getting that draft pick ready. Hopefully that quarterback room will be solidified. Jameis Winston, everybody's favorite quarterback, took the L today. But shout out to him. But Giants fucked them. They're in my division. The Steelers beating the Bungles 34-12. Nothing new there. They got an old man Flacco at the helm. you're gonna get a mixed bag of results. And shout out to the Jaguars, man. Jaguars put that belt to ass on the Chargers, 35-6. That's a hell of a win, man, at home, man, with no Travis Hunter, by the way, because he's out for the rest of the year. To round things out, Rams over the Seahawks, 21-19. 49ers they beat the hell out of the Cardinals, 41-22. And shout out to Shedeur Sanders, finally getting some tick in the NFL, man. Dylan Gabriel left the game under concussion protocol, and Shedeur went out there. Now, his stats are trash. I think he's like 4 for 12 or something like that. But if you watch him play, they had a chance to win the game with a late drive, and he had 2 of his receivers drop passes late in the game. So shout out to you. So for all you niggas who was just losing your minds over racism and or whatever you want to call it, Shedeur got out there and he looked pretty decent, having to be thrown into that game. So, but the Ravens did come from behind to win 23-16 to down the lowly Cleveland Browns. As we go forward, the Kansas City Chiefs lost a tough one to the Broncos on the road, 19-22. And listen, man, another one of my dark horse teams. The Broncos are a tough team. They're not sexy. They don't have no gaudy stats, but they just get the job done. So y'all look out for those Broncos doing some work in the playoffs. If you want to, put a pick out there that may do some damage, it's going to be low cost, high reward. And lastly, to round things out, the Lions lost 19-6. And that's going to be your sports wrap up for today.
All right, bet. All right. Yo, give it up for Hoop, man.
Hey, I'm surprised you didn't catch who they lost to.
Yeah, I did. I just ignored that shit. After taking the L with old boy with the blue nails, we just gonna leave it there.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I gotta take my wins where I can. Shit.
Hey, to quote the great Machismo TV, well played, sir.
Well played, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Got your ass.
Yo, give it up for Hoop, bro. I know you guys. Were missing the sports segments, man. I know that was a staple on the motherfucking on the Sunday show. Shout out to where my man Red Falls Black. He said that Sunday I finally got to hear live in real time. Yeah, I know, man. We be doing this shit like syndicated television, running on the old catalog and shit. You know what I'm saying? We took the old video jukebox format and shit. All right, bet. That's Soup Jargon. You see his banner on the screen. You already know what it is. Subscribe to my man. When he not doing sports, he over here holding down the panel, giving commentary. That being said, we are at the 1 hour 13-minute mark. Let's jump back to the show. You guys segued it earlier. Let's play this. Let's do this Epstein segment. And like I said, we're gonna give it a little bit of airtime because my Saul and my position on it still stands, which pretty much aligns with Tito's take, which I heard him voice several times prior to this big rigmarole. And like I said, the Democrats, and if you don't know, we said it was a nothing burger. The Biden administration had 4 years with the files. If there was something in it on Trump, they would have used that instead of trying to assassinate him and take his properties and everything else. And on top of it, all of the files were sitting in the field, the New York field office, right by Letitia James, the FBI field office. So it all was a nothing burger. In terms of, there's names and everything, but according to the DOJ, can we indict people and can we make it motherfucking stick? Whatchamacallit, they just took this big loss with this Mandami and the government shut down, so it's just subterfuge with this. But as Saul sent me, and I posted on the community tab, it's actually Democrat Obama and Clinton appointed judges actually blocking the release of the Epstein documents. Like Trump's like, well, fuck it, you guys want to release? Let's release them. And he's also telling Congress to start an investigation of the Democrats that are actually in the files now, since y'all want to play games. Let me take this banner off the screen. So I'm gonna play this little quick joint. It's Brandon Jamal, but on the Epstein files, we'll do a round robin. Let's go.
Jury Carter, you see unanimous consent. I went to the floor and I made the motion, and the Democrats had verbally told the parliamentarian that they did not agree. You got to realize they've had this stuff for 4 years under Biden.
Every single time you liberals mention the Epstein files, it reminds me of 100% why I stopped trusting liberals and the Democratic Party. Y'all had the Epstein files the whole time Joe Biden and them was in office, but now it's a talking point. More importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, which group of people do you think is more likely to be on the Epstein list? The people that want to protect children from sexuality, or the people who are encouraging their children to pick sexuality, pushing sexuality in cartoons, and telling your kids they can change their genitals? Who do you think is more than likely to be a group of kid diddlers? The party of conservative Christians or the party of groomers?
And Saul sent me this clip, and that's doubling down on another notion that these political conversations, as we've been having them, this is mainstream culture now. And like I said, you say what you want about Brandon Jamal. The fact that this has become the bulk of his content, irregardless of whether or not the algorithm is rewarding it, his takes be pretty much spot on. Like I said, this is representing a huge cultural and political thinking shift that's happening in real time everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You guys aren't even paying attention to what's going on Twitch. Dudes on Twitch, you're watching dudes on Twitch get red pilled in real time. It's not. It feeds into Tito's premise that with regard to men in general becoming conservative, and really what the future is going to look like now that how these conversations that we're having with regard to politics and threading it through the gender politics, like this is going to become the norm across the board. Tito, what say you?
Hey, they brought it on themselves with a lack of ability to have good faith conversations. They brought it on themselves with a lack of accountability. They brought it on themselves by playing games with the system, by false allegations, by misinjury. It's just a really, if you're looking at it from the level of the elites, I always say that it's what you're seeing right now playing out is kind of a struggle between two factions of the elites. You got some that want the bottom of society look just like the top with all of the Luciferian shit, but then you got the other more moderate, more conservative wing that wants, like I said, free range slavery, right? They still and they starting to realize just how inefficient that this grand experiment has been. You know, it's been 100 years now, give or take, and it's shown that it just doesn't work. It creates a lot of problems, and eventually the problem is going to be taken care of. But it's crazy that they refuse to see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, but what about the disconnect of the liberal propaganda talking point of you see it all in the comments everywhere. Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files. What's Trump hiding? But let's look at right here. When you actually see that it's actually the Democrats blocking the unanimous release of the Epstein files. The Republicans have all voted to release them. And you, aside from this in Congress, you also have, Saul sent it to me, 3 Democratic judges, both 2 appointed by Obama and 1 by Clinton, who are blocking the Epstein files. It's not the Republicans. So what say you to that?
Well, one of the common tendencies of leftists is intellectual laziness. And so you got a bunch of people who don't use critical thinking. You got a bunch of people who swallow everything that the leftist media gives them hook, line, and sinker without going to bothering to do any type of research, and just take off emotionally. And this Epstein shit is really gonna do them a disservice, because the people that believe this shit, once they find out the truth, there's just gonna be another class of people that's been waking up and red pilled as to their ways, and they ain't never go follow them again. That's all. That's gonna be the only result of this shit at the end of the day. I promise you. Yep. Now I'll land my plane now.
All right, bet. Saul, this was your segment. You sent it to me. What say you of this Epstein? What say you of this Epstein debacle?
It actually proved what we suspected about it being a large leftist cabal of people who want to social engineer our society and use gradualism for, debauchery. That's all it proves. When you see the emails and stuff like that, it seems like there's some sort of would you say rivalry between Epstein and Trump? You know what I mean? Like some sort of feud.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, even before he was elected, Trump separated himself. You know what I mean?
There's a huge paper trail of Trump being like, "Yo, keep them off my fucking properties," basically.
Yeah, and not only that, the other thing too, if this guy has it out up for him and the dirt and this, that, and the other, why would you even believe that anything that Epstein say is credible in the first place? It could be smearing. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I suspect you of knowing something that I did wrong and I can't stand you, let me just bring you down with me too. You understand what I'm saying?
Facto.
Yeah. So, all of a sudden, anything a quote unquote dead PDF file says is all of a sudden, the most credible thing. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And then of course they've doctored up stuff where they've redacted the name of documentation of victims that already stated that Trump was nothing but nice to him, to her, nothing like that. But here's this: if there was anything in this environment to indicate that Trump did any sort of wrongdoing, right? Given the circumstances, y'all don't think that they wouldn't go and get the bag? Like, let's just be real here. You know what I'm saying? Right? With all these broads today, I mean, like just even lying, you know what I'm saying? Right? Even a lie. And then you got to think too, if it was in a New York field office of the FBI, right, for 4 years, and it was something there, there's no leaks, you know what I'm saying? Because there's enough people who can't stand Trump, and obviously can't stand them in a place like New York. You know what I'm saying? So, this is all them trying to stop the momentum, because since last November, like this is been the longest I've seen people have not dealt with the sort of quote unquote sore losing. You know what I mean? Just take your L and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Anything you throw at him now, even if he did do it, I'm not talking about this Epstein thing, I'm talking about anything you throw at him, it's like he's president. Like, hey, move on. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played, Mr. O. That's all you. What do you think about this whole Epstein thing? You got the Democrats saying release the files, but all the paperwork says the Democrats actually blocking it. What are the fucking odds?
I know G. Willikers achieved. I mean, how they forgot about Pizzagate. I mean, will make a little girl Hillary look like the true bad guy. I mean, again, Biden had 4 years to go ahead and expose Epstein and a whole cabal like machismo. I mean, Saucy Balls has said, but that means that a whole lot of Democrats that was put in positions that said, did things against Trump, the whole administration against the nation, it would have been a final death and a blow. It'd be like, oh, so not only y'all some greedy politicians, y'all bought and paid for by lobbyists and so-called other people called the small hats, y'all also chomos. Oh Lord. Then you have the so-called liberals that have Christian leanings and so-called high moral standard actually questioning so-called belief by calling themselves Democrats, and they want a so-called civil war, probably religious war at this point in this country too, and just like Lester Freeman said on the wall, you gotta follow the money. It was a whole lot of money that was surrounded by Epstein. So many different celebrities, so many different high-profile people on that playing law, that basically influence the politics that's going and run this nation right now. So who's on that list really now that we need to know? And I'll land my plane there.
Well played, sir. Gentlemen, good round.
Actually, let me add an addendum real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When it counted the most for the Democrats, right? When you had this 2-bit male-hating bitch, Indian America, who grew up in Jamaica, granddaughter of plantation owners, if they had this information then, you don't think last year around this time they wouldn't have released it? You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is going to blame anybody, let's say libs here, let's say liberals, if y'all listening, if y'all mad that Trump is the president, then blame the Democrats for not releasing the files then if they had the dirt on them before.
Whoa.
I land my plane there.
I like what you did. Yo, shout out to Quiet Storm for the updated soundboard. That being said, we're at the 1 hour 27-minute mark, and I just want to touch on this. We don't even got to double down on this crazy, but Trump won last November. Here we are, November, a year in, and as you guys can see all over the internet, and like I said, Galloway's making the runs. You got Melissa Ford. Everybody talking about manosphere, and I found I've been saying on here as this has been playing out, like, yo, it was season 4. I found the clip. Season 4 of the Sunday Show. We was the first to spot this PBS segment directly after Trump won the election. And I want to double signal. I'm gonna give you the red signal with the $5 super chat. Fuck DEI. I'm gonna spin back around and give you the drop. We gotta start the show. All right, guys, here we go. Let me set this up.
Compared to the 2020.
All right, here we go. All right, I found this by happenstance. I was doing research for the show. I sent it to Tito and saw as soon as I seen it. This apparently dropped on PBS a month ago. And look at this right at the top. The Manosphere. No bullshit. So we're going to go through this whole 2-minute joint and we're going to pick it apart. They're going to give the credit where it's due, but you already see that they are already trying to frame what we're doing down here. They hint at what Black males influence, and then once again they got the people speaking on it who are uninformed, and females, of course. So we're gonna go through this piece of and it's apropos because tomorrow is an inauguration, but they are conceding. All right, so we did this right before the inauguration, but we spotted this. We was the first one to do this. Manosphere won the election talking point and segments. This was the PBS segment. The point that the Manosphere proper, Black Manosphere in particular, won this fucking election. Let's go.
Election. President-elect Trump made gains across almost every single demographic group. But one of the most notable shifts was among young men, who moved roughly 15 points to the right. Laura Barone Lopez examines how Mr. Trump was able to court young men online by reaching out to them in spaces well beyond mainstream media outlets.
On the night it became clear President-elect Donald Trump won the presidency again, he was joined on stage by members of his family and several high-profile supporters.
This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family.
Including the CEO of Ultimate Fighting Championship, Dana White, who paid tribute to a group of men he believed helped sway the election.
I want to thank the Nelk boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
Let me know your honest thoughts. I think it's incredible.
While those names may sound unfamiliar to some, they are all part of a growing online ecosystem that's been dubbed the manosphere, a term loosely defined as male-centered content published on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and the popular live streaming site for gamers, Twitch.
The press is so crooked.
It's crooked. During his campaign, candidate Trump saw massive untapped potential to reach young male voters by appearing on podcasts like The Joe Rogan Experience.
Kamala goes on 60 Minutes.
All right, bet. And I was saying that, PBS is the head of the dragon, and we know they was getting the majority of the USAID money. So them doing this segment was like the canary in the coal mine, basically telling that that's the think tank piece to be like, okay, this is the enemy, let's go after them. It's a year later, and you see how this shit proliferated. I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead and just get a little piece of Tito's commentary, and then we'll do a round robin. Saul, what you got for me on this so far?
Oh, as far as the prediction?
Saul? Can you guys hear me?
Mic check.
I mean, I
mic check.
On one point, I feel I got mixed feelings about this. On one hand, right? They are kind of helping to spread the message, but on the other hand, I see this as target marking.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's a backhanded smear piece.
Yeah. It's a backhanded smear piece, and this is to like it. You notice how one of the things that she pointed out, she talked about boys as young as 13. So really, this is a dog whistle for all of the black and white Karens out there to probably start monitoring, what type of content that their sons are looking at. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Actually, the bitch is right, because I have guys that's been subscribed to me. They tell me since they was like 10. I'm dead serious. I got it's a guy on my Patreon that told me that he was happy to finally turn 17 so he can have his own bank account so he can subscribe to my Patreon, right? So she is right about very young people. I got a bunch of subscribers that's been subscribed to me since they was in middle school. So on that part, she is right. But that's what this is. This is a dog whistle to these feministic ass parents that's out here. But this is not going to work. This is not going to work. If you are a young man and you're slowly starting to, make sense of things that's happening around you, and you might be 13, in between 13 and 16. And, the prospects of getting a job are bleak. The prospects of a lot of things that men see as milestones or goals in their lives are bleak. And you really think that your young son, seeing how bleak everything is going to vote to uphold the status quo that's probably going to keep him in a place that he doesn't want to be in the future. I mean, sometimes a few years ago.
All right, Tito, this was we did this strip right before the inauguration. What say you now in retrospect how things have transpired, how spot on we were?
Yeah, in the months since the election, you see an emerging like a wider conversation about the manosphere, you see kind of a cunt bitch militia rising up, telling men, you know, they actually list on professions that you shouldn't date, and one of them is if they a podcaster. Then you have other women talking about monitor, you know, check on who your little brother is watching or who your little cousins are watching and all of that shit, right? But they don't realize the genie is out of the bottle. It's nothing they can do about this now. It's nothing they can do about it, right? You living in the last days of the free range bitch right now. After this, it'll be over with for them. And they brought it on themselves. They actually had, what is it? They got the vote in 1922, and right now is 2025. They had 103 years to help us advance human society, and all they've done is regress human society. They had 103 years and they failed miserably, and they're gonna find out the exact ramifications of their failure very, very soon.
All right, perfect. Let's do you, Mr. O. Whatchamacallit? You see how we like this is we did this stream the day before the inauguration. We called it like, hey, this is the we found the PBS hit piece. It was the first one. We streamed it, we reviewed it, and so here we are, like a year after Trump's been elected, and you see how they done up the ante. We got podcasts everywhere, attacking the manosphere left and right. Galloway's got books out. What say you to us calling it early and the ongoing panic about the influence of the manosphere proper and the black manosphere in particular?
You gotta love it. Nigga, we made it. You know stuff. But yeah. So they had came out a whole bunch of hit pieces, a movie on Netflix. I mean, even Kevin Samuels mentioning future songs and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, we came a long way, and it's only gonna get better. The hit pieces, some people might get so-called like exposed and stuff like that claim manosphere, but really ain't. They even still saying that Andrew Tate is part of the manosphere red pill, but he's said he is not. Everything just been trying to slander the movement, and we got all these young Gen Zers coming up, and they've been seeing it ever since probably 2012 when Snapchat came around. I mean, a lot of them had Snapchat when they were supposed to, you know, so a whole lot of them been on X. I mean, what used to be Twitter. They had seen all the debauchery, all the stuff that been coming their way. A lot of these people are street smart. Then you have Call Her Daddy, the only podcast that Scamala had visited. She didn't want to visit Joe Rogan. She didn't want to visit any other podcasters that was not so-called set to her aesthetic, aka let her words salad her way through it. They got her on the #1 feminist podcast in the U.S. They know who to try to reach, and it actually almost worked. But the men stood up, and women who watched Joe Rogan, and that's how Donald Trump got the female vote. I swear. And we're gonna see more of these hit pieces, documentaries. They've been trying to put more and more of the so-called podcast bros and TV shows and even music now, you know. So the message is out there. They're gonna try to come from us. I'm gonna be waiting. It's already been set in motion. You can't stop it. Only thing y'all better go ahead and start doing, like I said in my earlier argument, is get rid from crazy houses. A lot of these chicks probably can't even fit up in that, so a lot of them will be homeless or in FEMA camps. It's about to be a weird next 25 years to come. I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played. So take us home with that one. Uh,
Mic
uh,
check. You hear me?
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, we called it early, and I think this was even before we knew that PBS was getting that USAID money. The USAID thing ain't break until the Doge shit kicked in.
I would say, quite honestly, as far as the political calculus, I mean, we forced them to come to us. We sitting back, and we have all the cards in our deck. They getting, bested and desperate because, they're just looking for anything. And whether or not they realize that there's people who are quiet about all this, who's just sitting back, watching, who's in the middle, who's like, drawing conclusions in their head of all the falsehoods, all the games, all the sore losing, all the hit pieces and moral panic that's unwarranted or whatnot. I think that we can continue doing what we're doing and enjoy the fruits of the labor, but at the same time, not rest up because we already know the sort of existential threat when the other administration comes in. They know that we're innately tied to politics now, and that's how these politicians manage the society. Allocation of resources, scarce resources at that. And so, I mean, we're a problem as far as their agenda go, their goals, their aims, or whatnot. And for some reason or another, we just won't go away, and that's a problem. That's a huge problem. You know what I mean? Now everybody, at least for the next 4 years, they're going to experience being black. We gonna let them experience what it's like, without all the contracts, set asides, and this, that, and the other. You even got it so bad that you're starting to see these media outlets that are traditionally antithetical to us try to make it as if they're a little more balanced, right? The Griot and a few of the other BS, people that's been out. So, we have all the cards in our deck, and I say, just continue to press on and not let up. So, and my last point is, like I said before, you don't necessarily have to support us here. It'll be good if you do. But I encourage you all to make sure that y'all all support y'all favorite, y'all favorite content creator, man. We got to keep this going because we already know how those dark ages were, over and over and over, blog after blog, and we were all going through an onslaught without any sort of response. Many black men would be like, "Hey, man, y'all see this shit? Y'all seen that Tyler Perry movie? Y'all seen that article? There was no response, or at least there was no coordinated response that people for the most part realized. So, y'all do what y'all need to do to keep it going here, man. I'll land my plane.
All right, well played, sir. All right, we at the 1 hour 43-minute mark. Let's just get closing statements to get the hell up out of here. Tito, what you got for me?
Just understand that in the coming days that the leftists are gonna become more and more unhinged. And even some of the ones that find out that their party of choice is full of lies, some of them are going to get even more unhinged because a lot of times people react negatively when you shatter their belief system. But for anybody who wants to rest on their laurels or get complacent, we can't, because y'all have to understand that if one of those leftist administrations ever comes back into power, that we will be crushed into dust. I promise you we will. They will take measures to inhibit free movement and travel. They will enact draconian censorship. They will enact some type of workaround for bachelor taxes. They will enact or reinstate the workaround that the Biden administration have made for basically an entrepreneur tax. And everything that we've worked hard to create, they will rip it down. So you cannot quit now. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played, sir. Mr. O, that's all you. Let's look at your closing statement. Let's get up out of here.
Well, you know, we covered a lot of things. We had twerking Keisha's twerking out of the dead man's funeral. And we talked about the Manosphere hate, you know, from years past last year, and what they've been trying to silence our voices, but it has failed to their detriment. And Trump's been in for a whole entire year now. Y'all want to go ahead and talk about so-called Epstein files, but y'all had it at y'all disposal, and y'all failed. Y'all dropped the ball, and it's just a lot of fatigue going on. Just the Keisha fatigue is hurting the black man's image, even though she started it. But as much we try to get more and more approved and move the so-called threshold, they want to go ahead and pull us back to this thing called a plantation with their so-called antics trying to blame us for their so-called behavior. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just waiting for the future ramification for everybody's actions involved in liberal left, the Awfuls, the Keishas, the Soy Boy, all y'all, that caused this calamity with the administration, letting all these illegals and everything that involves the Manosphere is tied into the what's going on the news and what's going on in the country. And I feel glad and proud that us gentlemen on this panel and everyone involved in this movement has put this bug in people's ear, and they finally listen. And so hope some of these laws like the 19th to get repealed, and hopefully we get back to some kind of status quo, some normalcy. But I'll digress and I'll land my plane there.
All right, well played, sir. We're at the 147, right on time. Take us on with a closing statement. We'll get the hell up out of here.
As far as my closing statement goes, like I said before, these laws, these people are really, really getting tired of clout chasing, social media, lying, and victimization hustle. There's a liability that these major corporations may inherit. I think that a lot of PR people, along with, HR departments, legal departments of these major corporations have kind of like lined up and strategized as far as, how they're going to, go henceforth with, these sorts of victimization games or whatnot, so watch out for that. The environment has changed, especially now that, you have people who would have been relegated to trash or, more or less convicted by way of social media are actually, getting, real justice, as opposed to before where, people are able to just lie and, get away with it. So that's where I land my plane.
Well played, sir. That is a wrap. Yo, I want to thank, first, the panel, man. Thanks everybody for showing up every Sunday like you do. This is officially the last show in Peru. We be up out of here. The next Sunday show will be streamed from another country. Let you know when I get there. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Thanks for coming out, supporting the stream, hanging out with us every Sunday like you do. This Sunday in particular, man, we can't do the show without you. Till next time, man, I want to say good night and good luck.
Here's another classic. definition of hip hop. Hip hop. Here's another classic. The definition of rap shit handle with chemistry. Here's a
Salute the black man.
I salute.
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 So let me tell y'all why my legs are crossed like this real quick, okay? From now on, I'm crossing my legs like this because all these white people start calling me Big Mike after my dong started dangling in my pants when I was dancing on the Ellen show. If I don't cross my legs like this, you gonna think I got 3 legs up in here. So white people, you don't get to see my dangling dong no more.
The word liberal as an acronym, lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic. Liberal. The word liberal as an acronym, lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic. Liberal. The word.
But if you put your diamonds in the water, you're gonna have to take it back. I be knowing. Just think I don't be knowing. Yeah. Made my first 1,000 and I shed a tear. Mansion with the chandeliers coming next year. It's hard to fellowship with all of my peers. I'm light years ahead. Pouring lean for my friends is dead. I was on the corner while you niggas was still in bed. I was 20,000 up while you was still in the red. When I get this billion, I'ma make sure my niggas fed. Like Jesus Christ at the dinner table, I'm breaking bread. Fuck with me. I can pay your car note off with one Giphy. I can shoot your car door off with one blicky. Telegram conversations if you try and hit me. Just left Neiman Marcus, I spent $750. Your rent $750. Me and my strap like Max and Frenchie, the perfect match. The puppeteer when it comes to rap, no strings attached. I can make you disappear just by lifting my hat. Don shit, champagne, Perignon shit. Just pour the glass of this Cristal shit. UV rapping on the bottle, block the sun rays. What you broke niggas know about this? Low top Valentino kicks. Women wanna kiss. Private jet for my business trips. Rose petals by the landing strip. When I get off the plane, playing chess with my shooter, trying to strengthen his brain. Can't make mistakes in the murder game. For everybody he catch, he get another raise. He know that crime pays. Flood your block with a crime wave. My Glock 9 waves. I got little homies my mom's age, and they'll kill for me. Sound like a movie to you, but this shit real to me. Never snitch and never cross your friends. The principles was instilled in me. You never met a nigga real as me. Made my first 1,000 and I shed a tear. Made my first 1,000 and I shed a tear. It's real talk. I was like 16. Made my first 1,000 and I shed a tear. Word. Made my first 1,000 and I shed a tear. I shed a tear. But if you put your diamonds in the water, you're gonna have to take it back.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it.
where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.